Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. 8 signs that Gansert may be the next Golden Bachelor lead, confirming our fears about the fate of Bachelor Nation. The next lead of the Golden Bachelor might be the Golden Bachelorette runner-up Guy Gansert, which would be an absolute disaster for the fate of Bachelor Nation. During the Golden Bachelorette Season 1, Guy, a 66-year-old emergency room doctor from Reno, Nevada, formed a strong connection with Joan Vassos, a 61-year-old private school administrator from Rockville, Maryland. He was one of Joan's final 2 men, but she sent him home before they had their final date, and before he met her family, because she knew that her heart belonged to Chalk Chapel, a 60-year-old insurance executive from Wichita, Kansas. Throughout the Golden Bachelorette, Guy was portrayed as a kind man looking for new love after his divorce. But in 2021, Guy's ex-wife, to whom he was married for 34 years and with whom he had 4 children, filed an application for a protection order against domestic violence in Nevada Family Court. However, 3 weeks later, she withdrew the application, so the order wasn't granted. The dismissal notes indicated that Guy and his ex-wife reached a no-contact agreement. Although this information was shocking, it didn't seem to affect the producer's opinion about Guy. In fact, there are some signs that he might be the Golden Bachelor Season 2 lead, despite his problematic past. Although Guy and his ex-wife eventually came to a resolution about their differences, she accused Guy of trying to physically threaten her after they'd broken up, via The Sun. She wanted a request for protection from him for 45 days. She accused him of placing something under her rear driver's tire, but then removing it. She also said that he disparaged her and her new boyfriend and motioned like he was going to shoot her, with his hand shaped like a pistol. In an Instagram post, Guy addressed the situation, writing that it occurred during an extremely stressful time for him and his ex-wife, but it was resolved when she voluntarily dismissed her request for a protective order. They recently asked the court to seal the application because they wanted to maintain privacy for their family, but Guy wrote that he knew that responsibility came with being in the public eye. Guy said that his divorce was extremely difficult for him and led him to a very low point in his life. As a result, he behaved in a way that didn't represent who he is. Guy continued by saying that, for the past few years, he conducted a deep personal evaluation, and he'll always continue to work to improve himself. He expressed appreciation for the Golden Bachelorette and Bachelor Nation, as well as his family, who've been supportive of him during the most difficult times in his life. He concluded by saying that he's eternally grateful for them. Even though Guy and his ex-wife worked out their problems, the Bachelor franchise producers must do a better job with vetting their cast members. Guy wasn't the only Golden Bachelorette contestant with a restraining order against him from the past. Gil Ramirez also had one filed against him by an ex-girlfriend, and the show even reduced his screen time because of it. It was strange that they didn't do the same for Guy, but it would have been much harder considering that he made it to Joan's final 2. In addition, the Bachelorette Season 21 winner Devin Strader also had an ex-girlfriend who took a restraining order out against him. It seems that the Bachelor franchise producers simply don't care about the safety and well-being of their casts, so it's highly possible that they'll ignore Guy's controversial history and cast him as the next Golden Bachelor lead anyway, even though there are so many qualified men who don't have problematic pasts. The Bachelor franchise producers continue to cast controversial contestants, some of whom are so over the top that they seem like producer plants added to the show for the sole purpose of creating drama. Recent villains such as The Bachelor Season 26's Jana Enke, The Bachelor Season 28's Sydney Gordon and Lee Kananen, and The Bachelorette Season 21's Aaron Erb and Sam McKinney are just some of the examples of people who've behaved so badly on the show that their antics didn't seem real. Although Guy didn't do anything wrong during the Golden Bachelorette, his real-life problematic behavior is even more concerning than the possible acting that these villains did on the show. However, the producers know that people are drawn to controversy, so they might cast Guy because they'll think that he'll bring high ratings. It's a cynical viewpoint, but the producers have proven time and again that they don't have anyone's best interests at heart but their own. Because Guy was Joan's Golden Bachelorette runner-up, he has a better chance of being cast in the lead role than others. Runners-up have traditionally been given a second chance at finding love by the producers, including the Bachelor season 28 star Joey Graziati, who took on the lead role after having his heart broken by Charity Lawson during the Bachelorette season 20. The same was also true of the Bachelorette season 19 stars Rachel Recchia and Gabby Windey, who were both eliminated by Clayton Achard before he chose Susie Evans. Those Bachelor Nation stars are just a few of the many runners-up who had the lead after they were rejected in their original seasons. Because Guy was so close to finding love with Joan, the producers will mostly likely want to give him another chance to make his dream come true. However, there were many other men on Joan's Golden Bachelorette season who also deserve that second chance, and who don't come with the baggage of a controversial past. Men would be better suited for the role include Keith Gordon, Charles Ling, Gary Livingston, and Jordan Heller. At 66 years old, Guy is the perfect age to take on the role of the Golden Bachelor. He falls right in between Golden Bachelor Jerry Turner, who turned 72 during his season, and Joan, who was 61 when she filmed hers. Because he's a bit older than Joan, it would be more appropriate to cast people to date him who are in their 70s. The Golden Bachelor had 7 out of 22 contestants who were 70 and older, including winner Theresa Nist, while none of Joan's 24 suitors were over the age of 69. If the Bachelor franchise really wants to keep the golden aspect of the series alive, then they should cast someone older in the role. Another frontrunner, Mark Anderson, is only 57 years old, which could drastically change the vibe of the show, because contestants who are 10 years younger than him would only be 47. Although Guy is the perfect age to be the next Golden Bachelor, there are other men who are the same age or older, and aren't controversial, such as Gary, 65, Charles L., 66, Michael Stevens, 65, and Kim Bick, 69, who'd be better for the role. Guy is a successful emergency room doctor in Reno, Nevada. In the past, the Bachelor producers have loved casting professionals in the lead roles and highlighting their careers. They include Dr. Travis Stork, pilot Peter Weber, lawyers Andy Dorfman and Rachel Lindsay, teacher Michelle Young, nurse Gabby Windey, and physician assistant student Jen Tran. Because Guy is a doctor, he has an established career, which is always an attractive quality. The Bachelor franchise producers would be smart to cast someone successful as the next Golden Bachelor, especially because, at an older age, the expectations are high for quality people who've made great lives for themselves. However, they should resist the temptation to cast Guy in the lead role just because he's a doctor. There's more to life than a career, and Guy doesn't fulfill the other qualifications for the lead role. During the Golden Bachelorette, the show made a point of announcing that they'd be cutting Veal's screen time when the truth about his past restraining order came out. However, the same wasn't done for Guy. In fact, he was portrayed as a hero on the show. He comforted Charles L. when he finally explained to him that his wife most likely had blood in her mouth after her brain aneurysm because she bit her tongue, which was something that had haunted. Guy made mistakes in the past, which he's admitted to and taken responsibility for, but that doesn't mean that he should be the next Golden Bachelor. The producers love a redemption story, but this is not the one to tell. Guy deserves to find love and happiness in the future. But there are many other men who should be the Golden Bachelor before him. If Guy is cast as the next Golden Bachelor, then Bachelor Nation might turn its back on the franchise for good.